Hello guys, how y'all from Mega, and today I'm bringing you a review of a game that I finally been wanting to play and I have many thoughts on this is announcement, and I have really many feelings on this game. Because one, it was released 4 years ago and it wasn't updated since then until it got this release, and I'm a little sore on that, but I'll probably get to that at the end of the video, so stick around for that. But yeah, I have a lot of feelings toward this game, and after buying it, I want to talk about it because unlike most YouTubers, I actually want to try this shit out before I just give it a final verdict and shit like that. So here we go. Legacy of the Duelist is a game where you play through all the Yu-Gi-Oh history from the original Yu-Gi-Oh series to the current Link reigns. That's probably going to end in a year or two, by the way. And it's more of a history thing. It's like it's in the name, Legacy of the Duelist. So, and I really like how it's like it's like generations. So, I'm gonna start with the good things. First of all, from what I know from the first game, from the Xbox and PS4 version, they added the prompt of skipping tutorials and skipping straight to the duel. Because back in the old game, I believe you had to keep tapping A, blah blah blah, and you really just couldn't head to the duel, to my knowledge. So I'll get points on that. Also, I like how they even give you a tutorial, because I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh has been here for so long that a lot of newcomers and old players that returning players, they get so caught up in the mechanics and it seems too difficult and blah blah blah. And it gives you a tutorial on that summoning mechanic for the most part, and that generation for the most part. So I like how they did that. Now, what I would say about this game is I love how they add the animations, because in the last version of it on the PS4 and Xbox version, they had animations, but it was kind of like slight in a way. So it's really just the summoning mechanic. When they get summoned, you see like a nice animation with them in the background. But the one thing I did notice, they took out the attacking animations, which I kind of just noticed. Now I'm speaking on it, but if I didn't notice about it playing the game, then oh well. So now we're going to talk about how I feel like there's a better deck navigation this time around, where I can finally build my decks faster and more, and the UI is more intuitive, to at least from I feel from the PS4 building. So I like that. And you can also use in the story forbidden cards and limited cards, just have busted ass decks, and I really like that, because you don't feel constrained like you usually do in some of the other games playing the story mode. And all around, this game is pretty good. I think this game is for good newcomers, veterans, and returning players. And the reason why I say veterans too, because it has a certain challenge aspect to it, to where in the story mode you can use story decks, obviously, and this is nothing new from the last game, but this time around they have more cards, more different variations from what I noticed. So it's a little more challenging from the last games. Also, the dual challenges also there, and of course that's going to be like the post game content, because I really don't see anybody just hopping in there like after just be the art, unless you're into that. But yeah, so that's the good things I gotta say about it. Now I'm going to get into some of the stuff that kind of bothers me. Now, even though I just spoke about how the cards you can use are forbidden, limited, in no matter what number you want to use them in the online version, from what I know, they have a matchup of the TCG and the OCG ban list. And for the new players that don't know what the OCG and the TCG ban list are, basically just the cards that you can use. But the difference is the TCG ban list is for North America and Europe, and the OCG is for the Asian countries like Japan, Hong Kong, Korea, all those countries that play the game. So it's two different ban lists. So, and some archetypes are exclusive to TCG, and some archetypes exclusive to the OCG. And so what they did was they just basically mashed together. And I can see why they have to do that, because it's like an international game. But at the same time, I really feel like it should be some region control in there, where you can only play TCG players using this deck, or you can play OCG players using this deck. Or if you have a card that's in the middle, then you should be able to play everybody. That's just how I look at it, and I don't really like how they just have to mash it up. And it's kind of annoying when you think about it, because some cards are not even busted in those opposite ban lists. That's just my opinion on it. And another thing I noticed, where I would say that you can't skip the animations, because me in the video and card grinding right now. I'm using a Blue Eyes deck, and the Blue Eyes White Dragon has a beautiful animation. I will give it that, but I hate how I have to watch a animation of it every time I'm summoning it. So, and it kind of gets tedious after watching it like over and over and over again. Like it loses its magic after a while. So I wish they can turn off animations or at least skip it to some degree. I try to, and if I don't see it, well, I'm assuming that you can't do it. Now here is my biggest grief with the game. I feel like the booster sets in this game, they squish too many in them to actually get what you want. So they have like 15, like damn near 10 archetypes in one booster pack, and it's hard to get what the cards you actually want in that booster pack because there's so much stuff in it. You have to keep going to it. And I wouldn't have a problem with that if they had bulk booster buy, and you know, basically just buy like, hey, I want to buy 10 packs of this booster set. Okay, bam. Because it's kind of tedious seeing 8 cards, flip, bam, 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 see what you get. And another thing, I feel like the game, it don't really count that you have 3 of the cards already. So let's say you have the maximum number of a card. Well, too bad, you want to keep getting them in the random draws, even though it is random. But I feel like if it's random, it should be less frequent to come up. And I feel, and that's just what I feel. I hate to say keep just what it is, you know. And buying cards and deck building, it gets kind of tedious at that point. So let me say another thing that kind of a lot of people want to know from the last game. This game has no Tag Force mode, and you know, Tag Force Duel's been in all the rage, even from the back in the days. Now I'm not sure how that would mix in with Master Rule 4, but Tag Duels is something that a lot of players wanted in the first game, and it's sad to see it's not in this game. It's kind of troubling. Now hopefully, and I will give them the benefit of the doubt, they do have a whole gaming series dedicated to Tag Force. But you know, this is your recent game, so you should at least dress it some type of way. And I think online duels would be way more fun if they had tag dueling. So I don't know. Hopefully that'll come in an update or something like that. But yeah, that was a big disappointment because you know, having 2 decks that synergize with each other is very fun. Even decks that don't synergize with each other is fun, and I wish they would have added that. And I kind of got annoyed that you can't take back certain moves. Like let's say I'm about to put down a card, but I put it down in the wrong order. Even though I didn't put down the card yet, they still making me put it down, and I hate that. Like, so after I catch my mistake or I do something wrong, that fucks me up. Now I low-key understand if that was online, but even in the story, that's very annoying. How I just can't, you know, take back a card that I haven't even put down yet. Just press B back. Yeah. So, well, all that, I'm going to nitpick a little bit. The game has a little bit of limited OST. Now, I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh video games, and usually the Yu-Gi-Oh games, they have a lot of good OST. But this game, it came off as limited OST, just copy and paste everywhere, and you know, I wish to have better OST because it gets you in the zone of dueling. And that's why me personally, I like playing the game, listening to other Yu-Gi-Oh OST because it just gets you in the zone. And it really gets you in that Yu-Gi-Oh mode where you can just really bust off your combos. And let's see my notes, anything else. So I also want to add a good thing is on the option for veteran players. I know I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but they have an option of pro. In other ways, you can get prompts in the game, you know, so they won't keep begging you to, hey, you want to activate this, you want to activate this. And I like that, you know, because I'm a veteran player. I know when I want to activate something, I know when I don't want to activate something, and it gives you multiple options for your skill level. So that's kudos for that. And my final thoughts on this game would have been very good if it came out the first time, because I think many people, this is the game that people wanted if it came out the first time. So this game could have been the evolved version of itself, if that makes sense. You know, if you get what I'm trying to say. This game should have been out the first time, and it really should have been better. But this is the re-release, so this is what we're getting. Hopefully the updates come in soon, and I'm very interested to see what Konami does with the updates, because like I said in the beginning of the video, this game has been dead for technically 4 years, and a lot of people was pissed off when they found out this game was coming out for Nintendo Switch exclusively, and everybody was like, you know, what the fuck for the PS4 and the Xbox One version and the PC players. We're just gonna be asked out, and that's look at its case. And I knew I said I wasn't gonna get the game, but the reason why I got the game is because I sat and I thought about it. I love Yu-Gi-Oh, and I do, and I haven't seen a physical Yu-Gi-Oh release since maybe the 5Ds era, and that's maybe like what in the Wii era. So it's like what, maybe no, it can't be past 2011. So that's probably say this is like the first physical, to my knowledge, in 8 years. So I had to support, and you get promo cards, and I got a Best Buy $10 pure gift ticket for a pre-order Best Buy. So a little tidbit there, and I think that's it. I'm kind of glad that this game, you know, because I read an article like a day ago, and it says Konami's gonna start treating its IPs more like they do the famous ones. And I've been begging. I even said it on video before. Like, I wish Konami would start treating Yu-Gi-Oh and its other IPs like they do Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid with the collections. And I hope they understand that, you know, there's a more Yu-Gi-Oh side just to Duelist. Because I feel like Duelist took their attention from the main fan base for a long time. They even put speed duels in real life, and you know, I think it was a waste of time, but that's just me. I'm stupid. I don't know no better. And yeah, so that's my thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. I hope you sat through this, and this will influence your buying decision on the game. Final verdict: this game will be good for newcomers, returning casuals, and veterans. That's what I can really say. And yeah, so give me a like. Stay tuned for other reviews. Check out my gaming channel that I stream this game sometimes. Hydro, the Alpha Gamer. I'm gonna leave a description below. Subscribe to this channel, like the video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. What deck do you use? Do you plan on picking the game up? What's your thoughts? But other than that, have a good day. Goodbye.